Alright, we should be live. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. How y'all doing? First in the house today was KO130. What's up, what's up? We got Craig Lilly in the house. Stang 2007. The Giant Robots. Good evening, good evening. We got Extreme Zone 987. We got George. Sup. Flanfy. I buy 5090 cause cheap. Sure. Stang 2007 says B570 release is tomorrow. Honestly, I totally forgot about it, but looks like 12% slower than the B580. Yes, so there was a. I wonder if you're referring to this or it's. I don't know who broke the story. Let me see. Okay, so it looks like a WCCF tech broke the story. You know, once one outlet gets a hold of it and then everybody else reports on the same thing. But let's go to the WCCF one, since they are the ones credited for this. What up, Chris? Hello. Saying hi from the traffic. I saw your post that the wildfires were not in your area, but it's also not super far away too, so stay safe out there. It looks like AMD is waiting for Nvidia reviews to come out, which if true means that we could wait another 10 days for a reveal. In your area, but not like you're evacuating in your area, right? Yeah, far enough to be handled. Yeah, for sure. But just stay safe regardless, because, yeah, seeing that, just watching the different news coverage of it and just looking at the science behind it is crazy how fast that just spreads. So, yeah. I should be thankful. I often complain about how cold and wet it is up here in the Pacific Northwest, but in terms of stuff like that, I don't know. Our biggest threat, I feel like, is like Mount Rainier erupting, but that's definitely a smaller occurrence than the wildfires that California seems to have like annually. So yeah, just hope everyone's, if you're out there in that area, stay safe. Wind blowing the opposite way helped. Yeah, Bitwit. Was that after? Man, it feels like it's been such a long 7 days since the last stream. But yeah, I guess we would have talked about it if it happened before last stream. But yeah, Bitwit Kyle, his entire house is gone. So thankfully nobody was hurt. Him, his girlfriend, and their cats apparently got out safely. But yeah, he has a video on his channel. We can actually bring that up. I think it is his newest video.
Of course we are
it is.
Of course
okay.
we are covered.
Here we go. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen this yet, everybody knows who Bitwit is, right? But yeah, so he has it walking through his neighborhood. It's just kind of crazy. But he shows like, these are, I think, the Corsair desks from a video that he did, the his and her setup, and you can just see the frames still there. But yeah, this is, I could not imagine what it would be like to be in this situation. And this isn't just for him, who's, you know, a content creator who I would imagine is doing decently well, but just all the families in the neighborhood. Just, yeah, this is super unfortunate. What up, Mag1631? What up, Nixers? What up, Robert Fixit? We got J-Dog in the house. Arnold G. Saw a guy go back to find his dog and was lost. I saw that as well. The dog. Yeah. Where did I see that from? It must have been like a trending either. I think it was a Reddit post. It was like a Made Me Smile subreddit post. Yeah, the dog was behind his gate. What up, RM Covers? And he just released a podcast episode that goes in depth, super special onto YouTube. Yeah, that's his. I don't know where he filmed that though. Let me see. Super special podcast. The story 7 hours ago. Alright, so where? Oh, they just filmed it in the car. Okay, makes sense. I wasn't sure where his super special. I don't watch his super special podcast, but I wasn't sure where the studio or where the recording area for that was. But car podcast, okay. I mean, just making the best with what you still have. So, yeah. I mean, it sucks. What's that to say about, you know? And this wasn't even supposed to be the fire season, right? Like, that's not even supposed to start until later in the year. This was kind of like unprecedented, right? So, I don't know how all that stuff works. Not with just like California and the wildfires, but anywhere where there's like hurricanes often, and just tornadoes. Anywhere which is in like a zone of high likelihood of natural disasters. I don't know the logistics. I mean, I know it's hard to move and it's expensive to move, and you don't want to just uproot and leave everything that you have and your friends and family to move to a safer place. But with climate change, you know, not getting any better, and like, you know, record number of natural disasters and the intensity of them. I don't look. I'm still young. A lot of us in this chat is still young. What are we supposed to do for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years if this does not change and go in the opposite direction? SSD still works, I bet. It was weird. If you watch Kyle's video, which you should watch it because it's a very interesting watch, this one right here. Some stuff just like made it through completely fine, and some things did not. Like, I think they found I think one of his flasks made it through, his keys, his diploma, his faux leather or faux synthetic material paper diploma somehow made it through the rubble when all the other metal and all the other materials did not. So it's just kind of crazy what ends up surviving in the blaze. But yeah, interesting video. Definitely watch it. Show Kyle support. I'll link it in the chat, but what's up, Big Country? What up, Shauner? I also heard on the radio some guy saved his house by using his and his neighbor's pool. In what way? Using a pool, unless you had some kind of pump to like be able to. I'm assuming using it like, you know, somehow fixing a pump to it to shoot water, but I don't know what other way you're referring to. I did not see that story. It's been a drought. Yeah, I was seeing something about, and then the reservoir that they had was just like the Palisades Reservoir was not filled, and it was, I think, due to mismanagement. But yeah, very, very complex, controversial topic. I read somewhere they think it was some guy shooting New Year's fireworks. Dumb. I mean, that's gonna happen regardless, right? Making fireworks illegal does not work. I know, because pretty much every neighborhood I've lived in my entire life where fireworks was illegal, people still shot up fireworks. And everywhere that I've lived, or anytime I've gone to a beach when there's been, you know, fire warnings, no bonfires and stuff, people still do all that crap anyways. So, even with like fines and risk of being, I guess, arrested, people don't care. They'll still do it. So I honestly don't know what the solution is, but no rain plus intense winds plus fire unfortunately causes. Yeah. Christian Guzek says, I have a 4090. Do you think it's worth upgrading to 5090? No, never. Never. Didn't you buy, I guess, because I get this question like every single time. And my question is, didn't you buy the top of the line graphics card for that generation for it to last multiple years and generations? And I guess not everybody does that, obviously, like all the tech content creators out there and some of the people who are just like have infinite money to throw at their PCs because that's their number one hobby, and they don't care about spending a lot of money. I guess it's not true for them, but a lot of people who are, you know, I guess who have like a budget for their PC hobby, I would say no. The point of getting the top one was so that I'm not rich. I just bought the 4090 during the Bitcoin crash for a bargain. I want to trade. Wait, I don't even think the trade for a 4090 would be that great. It would be better to sell it. Let me see. Micro Center, trade in credit. Yeah, so one, I would just say no, keep it. But if you're gonna do it anyways, GPU trading program. Let's see what Micro Center's GPU trading is. Discover your schedule your trading consultation. Wait up. Look up. Find the estimated value. Use our search tools, whether via serial number, order history, to determine the estimated value. Okay. Sure. 1 second. Let me sign into this. He used a pool pump to shoot water out of it. Okay, that's cool. To even have a pool pump, is that what people have when they have pools? Just a pump fixed to a hose. I don't know anything about pools. I have a hand pump for when I need to get rid of water where it's not supposed to be. But do all pool owners have a pump with a hose similar to fireman, you know, fire department style that they could just use to shoot water like that? Okay, let me log into this real quick so we can see this 4090 trade-in value. I gotta authenticate. Yes, this is me. Man, I gotta verify. What the heck? A verification. Verify. Come on. Okay, we should be good. Oh my goodness. Wants me to add my phone number. Alright, trade-ins at Micro Center. So we're sorry, but your store is currently not accepting. Oh, I gotta pick a store. Let's pick Tustin, California. Serial number lookup. Wait, what? I don't have any serial numbers. Okay, we can't do this. But I would just imagine the 4090s are still pretty valuable. Let me see, hardware swap. Let's take a look at 4090s on here because I doubt Micro Center is gonna pay MSRP on it. I feel like they would pay less, but correct me if I'm wrong. You could do Jawa, but 12% on a actually no, this is the trading program, not selling. But yeah, I guess we could check out what Jawa's offering too, since Shauna brought it up. GPU trade-in. Come on, where's that at? I thought that's usually on the front page. Instant offer, here it is. Sell your GPU. Okay, so let's see what they offer versus like hardware swap. Yeah, unfortunately I can't bring up Micro Center. We could probably pull up Newegg too. But it's just selling it for something this valuable. Okay, before even looking it up, we know you could get MSRP selling a used 4090. They're still going for that in the used market. I'm thinking, so that's what, $1,600 easy you could get for a 4090 just by listing it on, you know, offer up Facebook or whatever. So I'm thinking they will offer maybe 1,200. Let's just say 1,200. So we'll check Jawa and Newegg. Brand, let's just pick like, you know, an Asus, no box, quantity 1. We are currently purchasing card functional. Get instant quote. 861. Okay, yeah, that's tough. That's like you can for sure get. I'm confident you can get $1,600 for one, even with the announcement of the 5090. If not, at least like 1,400. But let's see, Newegg. Yeah, it's because I would imagine people who have high-end graphics cards, they are more enthusiasts, so they just know the market and know values. But I guess there are some people who buy just the top-of-the-line stuff. And I feel like to get a 4090, you also can't just be like a quote-unquote normie about it. Like, you have to have either your trackers in place or you have to be like super dedicated to it. So I feel like most of the people who have 4090s are on the more enthusiast end of the spectrum. But so 861 on there. Yeah, that's a tough value. Let's see what we got here. Fine. And what is my GPU worth? Man, they just got a table here. Okay, what do we got? 4090. So if you have a 4090 and you change it to Newegg, seriously? Estimated trade-in value is $1,350. This is surprising to me. I did not think it would be this high. I wonder what Micro Centers is then. I can't though because I don't have a serial number. Chase Atwood says used 4090s are going for $1,500 to $1,700 on Facebook Marketplace here in Denver. Any trade-in yeah, for sure. Any trade-in program. So for me, I never like super talk down about trade-in programs because the intended purpose of them is for convenience, and the company who's buying it has to they run the risk reward calculation and they determine the value that they have to, you know, meet to be able to take it on, because sometimes it's a risk. With the 4090, I wonder if they accounted for the 5090 being released now, so they're undervaluing it because of that. But either way, you cannot complain about trade-in values like that because they are not putting a gun to your head and saying you need to trade in here. You can look at multiple sources and you can list and sell your own. So they provide just basically a one-stop, one-click solution for it. But Newegg does give the better value there. Let's go back to hardware swap. 4090s. Let's look at the newest listing. 4090. They want. How much are people paying for it? My budget is between 11 and 1500 shipped on the. Depending on the model, bro. You really expect to get a 4090 for as low as $1,100? That's way too low. Let's take a look at how about this person. No particular budget, just not looking to get ripped off on eBay. Okay. What up, Kenny D? Okay, they want a 4090. Have 1450. Okay, so these are more regional budgets, but see, everybody wants the 4090 here. Who's the people who have the 4090s? Here we go. 20 hours ago. 0 votes. Is this overpriced? Did they get downvoted? 1,700 or best offer locally, or 1,800 shipped. Okay, so hardware swap, the prices on them are still pretty high. Let's see this person again. So 0 upvote or 0 karma, net karma. Local 60 or local is 15, so that's below MSRP. Shipping is 1,650. So can't wait for a year from now when 4090s are 200. Yeah, right. No way. For 4090s to get to that price, let's take a look at eBay. Let's look at 2080 Ti's. Right? How much are those still going for? And when did these release? These were like what, 2019? Not 2090 Ti, 2080 Ti. What am I typing? The end of 2018. So yeah, because the 2060 was beginning of 2019. Okay, so this was end of that. A little bit over 6 years ago. So yeah, and that was the top of the line card at the time. Buy it now, lowest first. Parts only, parts only, parts only. The first working one, looks to be, dang, parts only. How much are these actually going for? Like 250 still? 260? Okay. 4090s on eBay are still around $1,500 to $1,700. Yeah, and then they take that fee, and then you're really, I mean, 13% on $1,700. That's a lot of money. It's like, that's too complex of math for me to do in my head. What's 1,700 times 0.13? 0.1 would be 170, so 1/3 of that is $5. Yeah, that's over $200 that you're gonna be paying in fees. And then you gotta pay tax on it too, if you know you're a good boy and or girl and you pay your taxes. Why did it put in the TI? What is this? It says, hello. Hope you're doing well. Currently have an i5 9500 paired with the 1060. What do you think would be the best budget CPU GPU combo that I could upgrade and still see some decent increases? Depends on your price. Hard to say. I mean, at that point, I would not upgrade the CPU. I would upgrade platforms. Because, okay, let me look at these 4090 prices and then we'll get to that in a second. But what is this? Look at all these scams, dude. Ah, yes, a 4090 for $580 with random jumble of letter and numbers with 0% rating. And then why are you eBay? You're showing, yep, same here. All right, so what's the actual price? It's not even on this page. We'll go to 240 listings per page. All right, now we go all the way down here. This one, let's see, 4070 Super. Okay, so where's the actual 4090s? We're not gonna find them till you said around 1500. Yeah, there's a bunch of fake ones. So many fake ones. You would think that in 2025, eBay would be smart enough to, like, I don't know, just... This one has kind of a regular name. Um, 4090 parts only. Okay, we keep going. Yeah, so depending on what the Micro Center value is, I don't know if I would... I mean, how important is a couple $100 to you? Because you can maximize it and I think sell pretty easily on Reddit Hardware Swap, where if you do trading through goods and services, what's the PayPal fee? Like 3%. So yeah, 3% on, let's just say $1,500. You're only paying $45 on, did I do the math right? Yeah, $45. So if you sell it for like 1,600, you can net like 1,540 or something around there. But yeah, I would say for the other question, regarding the i5, I would upgrade platforms because let's say you wanted to upgrade to an i7 9700. How much are these things going for? See, they're still going for like $100. I don't know if I would invest $100 into that platform when if you go over to... It's gonna be a little bit more expensive. Let's say if you hop up to AM4. AM5 is definitely gonna be like at least 175, if not closer. No, it'll be like probably like $200 to jump. $200+ to jump to AM5, and you gotta get new RAM. But if you stick to AM4, grab like, I don't know, 5600, 5700 X3D, and then grab like, you know, a budget B450, B550 board. I don't know. What do you guys think? 9th gen used prices are ridiculous. I agree. And if it was 10th gen, I might be a little bit different in my answer. But 8th and 9th gen, yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of them. My buddy just sold his 5600X for 75 bucks. That's not a bad price at all, because 5600s are what, like 75-ish on non-X's on AliExpress. What up, Jake Dog? A Ryzen 5 8500G is 140, but they don't need the G in it. They just need a graphics card because they already have something, a 1060, so that they're looking to upgrade. But then, yeah, what did they say how much they had? Reese's Thins? Yes, I do like candy. I have some dark peanut butter cups. Not Reese's, but Reese's Generics. Upstairs. We went to Trader Joe's and we got some of those. Reese's Thins. Interesting. I've never had these. Why does this picture look just... That looks like a normal thickness Reese's. Doesn't it? If I'm looking at this picture right here, this looks like normal thickness. Oh, I need to check my bot. You got a 57X series for your brother as a wedding gift? Nice. One second. I wanted to check my other stream to see if the chat, the thing was working. My stream avatars, because I've been testing that system and it's broken. All right, so it's not working because chat is definitely... Last week there was like 1 billion avatars, but this program, it frustrates me so much. Okay, just checking in on that. But let's see. I'm gonna go flex my $200 7950 X3D in Discord real quick. I'm gonna need some proof on that one. What person in the right mind would sell a 7950 X3D for 200 bucks? That's not like an impossible price, but I mean, even if the person was super rich, I mean, I guess that would be my guess as the situation. Someone who wanted the 9800 X3D or something, and just wanted to get rid of this for as cheap as possible. I have seen people who have done that. So that I find it's believable for sure, but also people lie on the internet all the time. So you never know. Or divorcing wife gets rid of husband's stuff. Girlfriend getting rid of cheating ex-boyfriend stuff. Yeah, that happens from time to time. Micro Center says only GPUs purchased from Micro Center are eligible for trade-ins. Items from other retailers or sources will not be accepted. Interesting. All right. So who was it who wanted to sell? Can I find that comment still? Let me see. Christian Guzek, if you're still in the chat, did you buy that from Micro Center? You bought it during the Bitcoin crash for a bargain. You might not even be able to sell it to Micro Center for trading credit. Oh, you did? Wait, how did you buy it during the Bitcoin crash? Unless it was from Micro Center and you are the second owner. And the first owner got it from it. Dang, Micro Center snobby about it. I can kind of see why. Because at least for them, they can kind of track it. I guess not. Do you have to have the invoice? Let me see. Micro Center trade-in. Only GPUs purchased trade-in items for other retailers. Prices adjusted every Monday based on market value. Yeah, they don't say anything about needing to have an invoice. So I guess, what about it being from Micro Center would make it any different? Especially if it went through multiple hands to like a second or third owner and then being traded back in, compared to if it originated from Newegg and Amazon. Like, I understand the whole like tracking and like knowing when it was sold, but once it trades hands multiple times, isn't it all the same thing? Like, you can scam a Micro Center or Origin card as much as you can from anywhere else. Micro Center doesn't want people bringing in. Well, see, that's the thing. The Micro Center original card could end up on eBay for $500 and then be brought back to trade in. Not $500, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, that Micro Center card could have gone through the same process of exchanging hands multiple times, just like any other card would. I know it's serial number based, but still, what, like, I can't think of the reason why that matters. Especially once you talk about used cards. It would make sense if on this they said you must be the original and sole owner of the card, or you must provide proof of original invoice. Then I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But it's not written here, so the way that the rules are, it makes no sense to like only do it halfway, you know? They'll still test it to, yeah, for sure. You can't just be trading in a card that had its core and VRAM extracted. Yeah, that makes sense. Heck, someone could swap the backplate with the serial number. No, because when you put it into a computer and you check GPU-Z, the serial number will be in there digitally as well. Not just the sticker on the PCB. So, assuming that they do test it and check those things, then you wouldn't be able to fake that. What up, Hazard Me? Tivo says, no, you don't need the invoice. I did ask the manager last year. Yeah, so if you don't need the invoice, and you don't have to be the original owner, I don't know why it makes a difference. But whatever. RV Ancient West. I finally made it to the big time. I'm rocking a Ryzen 5 5600 and a 6600 XT. What a beautiful combo of hardware. This is the highest NPC I've ever had. Congrats to you. Those specs, I feel like so many people would like not kill, but would be so happy with a computer with these specs. I know there are a lot of people who love playing with the high end and playing at the highest refresh rate, max out graphics, 4K, 1440p, whatever, but I feel like there's even more people who just want to simply game on a PC that is somewhat modern and can play modern titles, which your specs can. So congrats, RV, especially as, you know, a long-time viewer and stuff. Love to hear it. What up, your personal geek? How you doing? Micro Center works on a shoestring budget. They can't afford a large swap, and why they don't ship all their inventory. Yeah, I mean, I know, it makes sense. But if they opened up more stores, especially in high income, like high cost of living areas, I know rent is gonna cost more, but you also have a bunch of tech bros who might waste a bunch of money at Micro Center. They should open one up in Seattle. I think that's a great idea. I don't know, maybe that sounds like a novel idea, but we'll see. BTS says, got a 4090. What is being said, the difference between the 4090 and 5090, like how much better in comparison? I don't think they gave really clear numbers, because any comparisons that they give, it's using newer technologies that is not available to both cards, so that's not fair. Like, they would have to do a raster to raster, which you could argue, like, hey, we're going into the age of everything will be upscaled and ray traced and things like that, so raster to raster might actually become irrelevant. I hope it doesn't, but it depends. So yeah, I don't think I would not trust until we see independent reviewers provide numbers on it. I feel like higher income areas would probably buy a pre-built. Perfect! Micro Center has a bunch of pre-builts. They sell tons of pre-builts. So we got 30%, probably 30% uplift in raster. Yeah. And if that's the case at $2,000, does that mean everybody buy? Let's say that is the case. And let's say people don't need VRAM for anything else but gaming. Does that mean everyone buying a 5090 is kind of like succumbing to upscaling and frame generation and ray tracing performance. Because actually no, I take that back. Some people just want the best of the best, no matter how much it costs, even if the the per FPS per dollar is not a linear increase, but it like kind of slopes over. Okay, so wait. So I did want to talk about this because this was brought up earlier. So the B570, B580s are still out of stock. We can take a quick look right now, unless I get lucky and I mean, sometimes you just gotta check daily and then they come back in stock. All right, we got all these crappy price ones. Ooh, I like this Maxsun one. This one looks nice. Yeah, this one's pretty clean. It's red too, which is kind of strange. It looks like a not Intel card. But if we go to B580s, limited edition from China, $400. They are still completely out of stock. These are the 3 ones that you probably want to be looking at to get them for a regular price. But they're still out of stock. But we do have B570 releasing tomorrow, or going on sale tomorrow. Let's see. So this is, it's just an open CL test using Geekbench. I think is that the only benchmark we have of it? Yeah. But so 12% slower performance with what's 10 out of 12? So 10 divided by 12 with 17% less VRAM, if you want to look at it like that. It's got 2 gigabytes less, right? It's got 10 gigs of video memory, and the price though is going to be $30 less. 30 out of 250. What is that? That is 30 is 12%. So 220 is 12% less than 250. So it is a linear, at least according to Geekbench, OpenCL results. It's 12% less in price, but also 12% less in performance, less VRAM, which I feel like 10 gigs at this price range, at this performance level, should be fine. But it might have those overhead issues with lower end CPUs, which is what you would likely pair a B570 with, right? You're not pairing this with a 7800 and 9800 X3D. So that has to get sorted out. But I mean, for the price though, what else do you have in this price range? You're looking at last gen products only from AMD, right? Like for $220 brand new, what graphics card are you getting? Or that can you get as an alternative to this, which this one might, you know, be a little bit better than a 7600 XT. What card is gonna propose better value? Even with the, you know, the performance hit taken, what would be your alternative at $220 brand new? No, but that's used. Yeah, there's tons of cards in the used market, like the 6700 XT, 6600 XT, 6700. Those are all great used alternatives for the B580 and B570, but there's a large crowd of people who do not have experience with used hardware, not comfortable with it. They want the warranty, the peace of mind, etc. So, you know, they're looking at only brand new. And if we look at Amazon, right? Okay. FK and KFC. If we look at Amazon, let's look at RX 7600. Where are these at now? These are still at what, like above 250, low to high. Yeah, like 270. And if you want to look at the XT version, you look at $300. And remember, the B570, according to that Geekbench 6 results, that's better. So let's see what 6600s are going for. So yeah, you're looking at like 6600s, which should be better. 6600 XTs are going for 240. And then on NVIDIA side, it's kind of a mess. You've got like the 4060, which is still 300 bucks. And then 3060s are like crap supply. Also 300 bucks because they're like being phased out. So yeah, there's no alternative. The closest is from NVIDIA 4060, and that's still $300. There might be some cheaper when they go on sale and stuff, but I mean, it's a pretty solid $300 down the list. So Intel has an opportunity to win some market share in that department, but I don't know. Do you think people who are not as well versed and knowledgeable about computer parts, will they pull the trigger on an Intel Arc card? I'm thinking a lot of people wouldn't. Problem with used is it could last 10 years or it could last 10 days. That is true. I mean, as someone who uses a lot of used parts over the years, I would say it is a very low chance that it would only last 10 days. But there are instances of DOA where brand new things don't even work. And there are people who have bought things and it, for whatever reason, failed. You know, the luck of the draw or the bad luck of the draw, they get screwed over buying something used and it dies in their hands. So yeah, there is warranty is definitely worth something. Most people are rocking 8 gigs of VRAM currently according to Steam hardware survey, so 10 to 12 gigs is a nice upgrade. Yeah, for sure. It's it would just be, actually, let me pull up the hardware in box. Just to take a look at if it followed the same trend of overhead. See videos. Okay, the re-review. Okay, let's look at the. And you're gonna be playing at. I guess they're 1440p capable, but. What is the performance drop off? Let's see. So 4060. I'm just looking at all the cards just to make sure. Let me move this out of the way. If you're buying a new GPU, you should be shooting for. Well, no. I think if you're spending 220 bucks, I think 8 gigs is fine. Like, I feel like, again, because there is nothing in the. Once you get below a certain threshold, there is nothing that has that much VRAM, right? What under $250, except for the B580, which isn't even available, and they increased the prices a little bit on the other models. But let's just say go down to 220. You're not going to find a 12 gigabyte card at that price range. And I feel like buying a brand new card at $220, like the B570, I think that is still fine. Yeah, at that price, you're not going to be playing at settings or resolutions where 10 gigabytes can't be compensated for in the game. Like, I know Hardware in Box does all this testing that says like, oh, that's not enough VRAM and things like that. Games will, reallocate resources as well as just make do with how much VRAM you have. The textures might pop in and all that, but you're playing a game that's let's just say like The Last of Us or something. You're playing like a AAA title at settings where like stuff is popping in. I don't know what you're expecting out of 220 bucks brand new for a graphics card. You have to adjust your expectations. But okay, so 7600. So what is 103 to 95? That's like almost, that's like what, 9% or something like that. So at 1080p, all of them have a drop off, just not as bad as the B580, which is funny because the B580 still comes in, around the performance of the 7600. Would be a good option for people building their first PC, especially kids building one first. Yeah, exactly. Again, like, I not maybe like 6 months ago, made a recommendation to a family member who doesn't live here in state with me, and I asked them, like, what games are you trying to play? Are you okay with used parts? They weren't okay with used parts, and they're playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they had to buy only brand new cards. So the 4060 was the top recommendation that I had to give this person, which most people would be like, why would you ever recommend that? But when you're given certain parameters to work with, sometimes, you get cornered into recommending something that isn't optimal for the most part, but in that use case could be the best choice. What up, Logan? You're not that late to the stream. Okay, you're 46 minutes late, but this is over a 2-hour stream, so you still got a lot of stream left. Let's see. 6070 XT is sitting around 250 used for like ever. Yeah. I think it's gonna be a while until we see less than $200 regularly 6700 XT. It's just such a good card, and it's gonna stay like that because, again, aside from Intel, Nvidia and AMD aren't releasing cards that are in that price range to be able to, replace them, to force them to bring their price down. They're releasing cards that are like $300 that perform worse than the 6700 XT. So why would the value drop? Yeah, but no, 6700 XT is one of my favorite cards from the last few years, for sure. I think a lot of people would agree that it is a very well-received card. Do you think buying an RDNA 2 card in 2025 is worth it? As it is, yeah. Guys, I think cards from 1-2 generations ago is fine. Especially with how the trend has been going, where they aren't being replaced by things of the same price in the newer generations. So yeah, I think it's fine. Age is but a number. The more important numbers are the performance numbers, and RDNA 2 cards perform well for their price, especially used. I bet a 90. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we're talking about this with regards to the B570. It doesn't look like it's bad value. Here's the thing with it, right? If before the whole overhead issue, and assuming Intel fixes that eventually as it matures more, if they fix that, then the B580, all the reviews were saying it was like great, amazing value, great card. That means the B570 should be trailing close behind it, because sure, it has 2 gigabytes less of VRAM, but for $220, 10 gigs, I think that's fine. That's still better than all the other options you have at 8 gigabytes from last gen or two. And the FPS per dollar is the same. Assuming this Geekbench is correct, right? This is just one test. Let me see. Let's look at the numbers. XE cores, clock speeds, memory bus. I mean, just looking at all of this, I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah, we look at cores, clocks, memory. The memory bus is smaller, but it depends on if you fully saturate, and depending on what settings and resolutions you're playing at. But for the resolutions appropriate for this, I think it should be fine. So yeah, this should be a good card. If this is great, this is like a step down, still being good. It should not be written off as mediocre, assuming this is true. But yeah, that's the B570. We'll see. It comes out tomorrow, which means we'll probably get embargoes as well lifting tomorrow. So you'll probably be bombarded with 12 different YouTube channels releasing reviews on this. So we'll have to revisit this next week to see how this plays out. Stank2007 says, hey Dan, are you still using the A770? No, for the last few months, I've been using a 4070 since the LAN. I put in a 4070 because I was recording double resolution stuff. And I'm waiting to get a B580, and then I will be using the B580. Though at this point, it might be more realistic that I get a B570. Unless those sell out too. We'll have to see. 12 hours left. We are already... Who's interested? Is anyone gonna buy... Anybody in chat gonna like camp out online? Or I guess camp out in real life at Micro Center to buy a B570? Like, who's already set, you know, regardless of... There is no performance. Nobody knows the performance numbers. So, unless, like, the reviews release at midnight and then these go on sale at, like, 6 a.m. So you have a little bit of time to think about it. But who's convinced that they're gonna buy one on release regardless? No one's camping when it's this cold. True, true, true. Why would camp for B570? Wait for... Yeah, right. 5090. I'm excited to see how many people who join into the weekly stream are going to end up getting a 5090. Just because I know there are a few ballers up in here. We have people in the chat that have 4090s. So I'm sure some people are going to get the 5090, but... I'm curious how many. That is a $2,000. That is a down payment on a used car. That is a month, more than a month of rent for a lot of people. That is a lot of money. So people are talking about the. Let me see. You. What did Abdullah say? Oh yeah, waiting for RDNA 225 worth it. I guess I didn't know what they meant when they say RDNA 2. I usually think towards like the 6600, 6600 XT, and 6700 and like 6800 XT and stuff like that. But if you're talking about more expensive, Tyler says you should probably wait for the 9070 XT, which is probably 450, with the 9070 XT being like non-XT being like 380. So so I had an article pulled up for that. Where is it? Let me start closing some of these tabs. I got too many of them up. Okay, rumors from WCCF Tech again. They got all the leaks and rumors, but the AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT's GPU is rumored. Gaming numbers show performance comparable to a 4070 Ti, which is pretty impressive because that card still goes for like $700+, and RTX 4080 Super using ray tracing. Where is this leak from? I haven't read this yet. I just pulled it up. Today, forum member editor posted his results on 2 different games that compared them. Isn't that Chip Hell forum member and editor? I wonder how that works out. Maybe they got numbers from somebody else, because if you are a member of the press that gets numbers and you leak like this and your information is just put out, you are not going to get any more review samples in the future. But let's take a look at these. I don't know about these claims, man. We're talking 4070 Ti and RTX 4080 Super from a 9070 XT, which the price is supposed to be a lot more affordable. What were you guessing? You were guessing 450? 450 sounds like a pipe dream. Either it's not going to be anywhere near as good as these cards, or it's not going to be $450. But let's take a look at these, which again are leaks. So what are we looking at here? If this were true, why is this? Oh, this is like a interesting how this is cut off like this. Is it because it's because I'm zoomed in? But I need to be zoomed in for you guys to see. I mean, yeah, it's looking basically on par with the 4070 Ti Super across all the numbers. Mr. Guillotine says, dude, I can't afford a damn thing. Might be able to sell some plasma to get a B580 if they're ever back in stock, lol. Hey, you can sell plasma and get a B570 and yourself a meal at McDonald's. That's about $30, right? If you buy for 2 people. Can we make campfires while we camp? No, but you might be able to bring a portable heater to plug in to whatever outlet is there. Okay, so what is this in Cyberpunk? Ray trace enabled, native resolution, no upscaling. Ray tracing enabled. I don't know. These numbers are looking a little unbelievable, in my opinion. Why not compare it to the 7900 XT and XTX? I guess the person who... So, you could probably interpolate or extrapolate based on other reviews where the 4070 Ti Super sits next to a 7900 XTX. But this sounds like they actually tested with these 3 cards. So that's probably why they don't have more data here. But, Black Monkey, what? Okay, Black Myth Wukong. Okay, so... This is saying it performs better with... I don't know if this one has ray tracing enabled. They didn't say anything or upscaling, but yeah, here it's faster. So that's 2 AAA titles, and this is supposed to be $450. Do they talk about the price? Let me see. Pricing, availability, everything we know so far. This is from January 12th. Where's the price? Where's the price? Where's the price? Since the 5070 is, NVIDIA rarely undercuts themselves, especially by this much. Let's just say the 5070 is, if you take all that marketing bullcrap out, comparing, like, you know, using AI. If we say the 5070 performs on par with the 4070 Ti Super, which that thing is, how much is that thing still going for? I think that's too big of a difference. If that's 550, there's no way it can come that close. Let's just look at Newegg. Yeah, you're talking about a card that still is going for $900 to $1,000, which kind of crappy pricing. But yeah, there's no way they would undercut their and these released afterwards, right? These were kind of like refresh releases. So this isn't even the original 4070 or 4070 Ti. This is later into the release cycle. So for how relatively new this card is at this price, I do not see NVIDIA undercutting themselves with regards to price and performance with the 5070 being that good. But we'll have to see. I would obviously be happy to be wrong, but I don't remember that happening, like, ever. So, Kenny D says, I'm honestly optimistic for AMD GPUs for once, but I'm going to wait for the launch before I fully buy into the hype. Frank Azor said more. Yeah, I had the thing pulled up from him. Where is it? Let me see. I have way too many things up right now. Here we go. So, AMD fires back at Radeon RX 9070 leaks. So, I had the video. Here we go. So, there were leaks. But this is for 9070, not these 9070 XT numbers. Also, Droptimus says, how much should I sell my ASRock 7900 XTX4. Take a look on eBay. Look for kind of like the lowest. Okay, we can, since you super chatted, and then we'll get back to it. We are still sticking to the AMD topic, right? So 7900 XTX. And I don't care which model it is. It's just an ASRock one, so it's probably not like the super high-end, you know, premium one. Those are going for solidly 700 right now. But what are they actually selling for? So about 700 is the cheapest one you can get. But if you look for sold items in the most recent listings, people are selling them for 560, and these are legit accounts. 560, no display. This is like a sapphire one. Wait, what are these? Huh, this one might actually be a scam. Why is that? Everything else is going for around brand new. Oh wait, you said XTX, not XT. But sorry, yeah. Well, yeah, this XTX one seems a little too cheap. I did put in XTX. Let me see if I could. You know, eBay, they be showing you stuff that you don't want to see. Yeah, see, why can I not choose it from this list? So I have to find it for myself. XTXs, and then we gotta go down the list of that. So yeah, these two for 560. This one's sold. It's a Starfield version, so it doesn't count. No display on this one. Yeah, I'm trying to look for not parts only ones. That one said, oh, it said read description, that's why. Which is weird because it was listed as used. All sales are final. This, oh, it's heats, wait. Reference cooling, which does not have heating issues the original had. Wait, what's going on here? Cool with the original backplate. This is a heatsink only and not a GPU, no PCB included. Okay, that makes sense. That's why. Yeah, okay. That's why it was so cheap. There's no PCB. So these are still going for... Oh my goodness. What? Like, quite a bit still. 850? I mean, this is sold as of yesterday. People are paying this much for. So yeah, it looks like around 800. But this is eBay. Take off the fees for that. What? 12% is like 90 something dollars. 13%. So look to get 700 if you list it locally. Try hardware swap too. I'm curious with the hardware swap. 7900 XTX. And we'll look at the newest because the pricing has changed when people... let's see. Anybody's selling. Okay, what is this person selling this for? They sold it. 700 bucks. Okay. So maybe try this sold. This was posted 2 days. So to offset the shipping costs and then the PayPal fees, this one sold for 700. So I might be able to sell for more. Let me look for, like, let's say this one 2 days ago. This one wants 850, so it looks like they said they PM. Oh, this is the water block. Okay, that's not the same thing. Sapphire Pulse. Here we go. This one they're asking for 775 PM. They did get PMs. They did not mark. Oh, they did mark it sold. So yeah, you might be able to actually get up to the $800 price. You can start there, but I guess with each passing day, the value might go down, especially once the newer cards actually do come out. But depends on how fast you want to move it. Are you happy with 800 or 750? I think 750 on hardware swap would move like instantly. 800, you would have to look at the price history a little bit more. There's a PayPal fee, yes, which is like 3%. And then you got to, usually you just do like a flat shipping rate. I guess you could charge for shipping, but whenever I sell stuff on here, I just say like, I'll cover shipping and I will price my part accordingly. Yes, this is true. I don't. Is that what's gonna happen this year? They've been talking about having to report PayPal stuff to the IRS for like the longest time, but it keeps getting pushed back. And also, if you don't report it, I don't know if. I'm not saying don't pay your taxes, but I think we were technically supposed to pay taxes on PayPal stuff for 2024. I guess coming up doing our taxes this year or in the next few months, but the easiest way would be to sell it locally. And the only thing about locally is you have a smaller pool of people who will buy it, and they might be more skeptical about it not working if they aren't able to like bring a PC to test it. Whereas if they buy it through PayPal goods and services, most people are confident with that because it's kind of like eBay. They have buyer protection. And the thing about the hardware swap community is, especially if you buy and sell as people with like rating and with reputation, the risks of getting scammed are even lower. So yeah, I would still try to sell it locally though, because nothing beats getting cash in hand day of. Yes, yeah. If you sell a total of 600, not just one sale. So if PayPal saw $600 coming into the account, whether it be one or multiple transactions, yes. We'll see if this year they populate a, what is it, a W-9 for you, or a 1099. So we'll have to see about that. Someone said Newegg offers $700 for, yeah, but do they take any fees or shipping? You would have to look into that. Cash is indeed king because being taxed multiple times on something is annoying. He paid sales tax from presumably the money that he made from the job that he got taxed from his paycheck, and then to have to pay tax to sell it again. What is this? Why is there tax on used items? So stupid. Cash and cash equals king. What up, Nemus Dark? Okay. Where is... Going back to that, sorry. We got... I can close that article. Here we go. I wanted to play this. So this was from 4 days ago at the end of CES-ish.
Those you've seen prior to CES. But I'll tell you, hopefully you absolutely listen to around the price. With RDNA 3, we had an RDNA 2. We brought some cards to the market that people didn't love the pricing of, and then we brought some cards that people were really enthusiastic around the pricing and the value proposition of it. So we absolutely listen to that feedback, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that we don't disappoint the market. We're going to try our hardest. So hopefully everyone will be satisfied with the price and the performance. What I'll tell you also is any performance that you've seen prior to CES is not been accurate. So those rumored performance leaks that are out there and things, those are not accurate. So
meaning better or worse?
You're going to get better performance, and most of the leaks that I've seen, if not all of the leaks that I've seen, you will get better performance actually out of the card. How much better, I'm not going to tell you. And even if I give you a number, it's like what game and this and that, and then a patch will come out, and then the performance will change, and then I'll get yelled at. So no, I'm not.
Okay, so but that was for specifically the 9070 non-XT and before CES. So more leaks have come out since then. But yeah, so we look at the site, or the kind of like the hierarchy of graphics card, if you will. So if the 9070 comes in around the 7900 GRE, and this comes in around the 7900 XT, and they're looking to get pushed for more performance per dollar, like they were alluding to, then yeah, I think around see, I just don't see this being a $450 card. I would love for it to be $450. I might pick one up myself, but yeah. AMD is also kind of guilty of not providing top tier performance uplifts per dollar spent relative to last generation. like how the 7800 XT was barely better than the 6800 XT, and how like the 6700 XT, 6600 XT, and 6600. I know they're lower tier cards, but they still now, till right now, are good value propositions, even though we've had a full, you know, generation after them. Oh, Newegg has you buy. Okay, yeah. This sounds familiar. So you can't. It's really a trade-in program. It's not a sell program, which is why it's different than Jawa too, because you are guaranteeing a purchase from them. Whereas with Jawa, going back to Jawa, because people are giving Jawa crap. Hey, I mean, if you just want more value for the card and you're gonna promise Newegg to, you know, buy the next CPU from them, you can get more value trading into that. But if you want just cash, it's gonna bring the value down. So just write off your gaming PC. Oh yeah. Not financial advice. Exactly. Yeah. Is gaming for you average users a business expense or therapy? So you could just claim it, bro. It doesn't have to be gaming. Just use your PC to create forum signatures and sell them for 1 cent or something, and that's boom. That's your business right there. This is not financial advice. I'm just kidding. Do not cheat the system. They will come for you, and they will either get theirs and then some, or take you to bad boy jail. So pay your taxes. All theoretical. Is anyone still rocking a 1080? I want a 1080 Ti so badly. I want a Founders Edition 1080 Ti. But I'm not paying $200 for one. I need one of these. I want it. See, I could buy a broken one, but this one is even being bidded up on. Let me look at buy it now. Yeah, this is from this generation. I only ever personally in my system used the 1070, but obviously at the time the 1080 Ti was the card to have. It was way out of my price range for sure, but now I can afford it. I'm just not willing to pay $200 on it. Yeah, see, the issue is I can wait. I just don't know how much more the price is going to decrease, because they're always going to hold their value for being iconic and have, especially the Founders Edition, being more rare or sought after. So I've used, and let me think. I think I've used most 10 series cards in terms of like building with or benchmarking and stuff. Personal system only ever had the 1070, but I've used 1080, 1070 Ti, 1070, 1060, both versions, 1050, 1050 Ti, 1030. I think the only one I never actually used or built with is the 1080 Ti. So yeah, that's why I need it. Not only does it check off that box for me, but also it's an awesome card that I just want in my collection of older cards. It's just right now I don't have the money to be spending $200 to add to my collection. I need it to drop down in price a little bit more. Patrick McGovern says, you know, I never actually used a 10 or 20 series card. Did you jump from 900 to 30 series? Magnus Nilsson, I bought a 1080 Ti defective Asus ROG Strix at $60. Fixed it up a couple weeks ago. Not sure what CPU to pair with it. Nice. How'd you fix it? What'd you do? Did you replace any caps or anything like that? Replace any memory modules? I have a 1070, the one that I got from Brad, that has dead ceramic caps, and they are so tiny that I have no idea what tools and caps to replace it with. But yeah, I guess the mining did a number on the video, the caps related to the video memory. Currently on 68 NZXT, but I have a 3070 Ti and HTPC. We've had since pandemic. Nice. Jason Whitmer, are you in the chat? Because if you are, I needed to show something. But if you're not here, then you just have to wait. 10 series got 2 rounds of mining. That is true. Replace cooling paste. Wait, replace cooling paste, thermal paste, and pads, and reconnected a fan that was not properly connected. Only what? That's not even defective. That's like still perfectly. When I think defective, I think of like, you know, replacing actual components on the PCB, or I guess no, I don't even know if a busted fan I would count as defective, because even running a multi-fan card with one fan, it will still work and it will run warm, but that single fan will still do work to make it usable. So yeah, when you said defective, I thought you meant like straight up dead, and then you had to do some board level repair to it. But nice, $60 for that simple of a fix. Very, very good deal. Okay, what else did I have? Okay, so I can close these. So we talked about, oh, the topic of the stream was post CES. Okay, so CES had a bunch. Okay, it's only been an hour and 15. Whew, I thought 2 hours already passed already. We're having too much fun. So CES is fast, and I know there's a bunch of excitement about actual hardware. But we saw some cases and stuff last week. What were you guys' favorite non-GPU, non-CPU releases or things that they talked about at CES? I'm going to read the comments for a bit, and then I'm going to share with you what mine, at least my top one, that I thought was pretty cool. There was other stuff at CES. I know, right? Everybody just focuses on those big releases, but there were indeed other things. Dog robot, Jensen's robots. Extreme Zone 97 says, have you heard of yes, Thermal Grizzly crowd sheets? Yeah, Gamers Nexus I know runs ads on those a lot. But basically it's like a sheet of thermal paste that does not, you know, make a mess, and it's reusable and things like that. Oh, and Hardware Unbox runs it too. Yeah. I have never used it. I think according to their tests, it's barely a temperature increase, right? Like, it's not the same as using thermal paste that gets spread and smeared, but I think it's like within 1 or 2% degree difference. I don't mind the old thermal paste method. How much are these crowd sheets? Has anyone in the chat used them? And Thermal Grizzly. So for a single thermal pad, it is, well, it depends on the size you want too, but it starts at $17, bro. I think I buy tubes of thermal paste for like, I can get like two syringes. Do I have my thermal paste with me? Let me check my bag. Here it is. I'm pretty sure this big syringe, what is this? 45 grams. I think most, well, what's the typical, is it like 5 grams that the smaller one comes in? But yeah, this is 45 grams. It's how much did I spend on this thing? It wasn't more than $17. It might have been like on sale $9. So the amount of PCs I could paste with this, and I understand this is, you just never have to deal with the mess again, but then you can only do one PC at a time, right? Does it ever dry out? This I don't think, it's not even wet, so I don't think this dries out. Which I guess that could be for your own personal PC worth it, but I don't know. This is like, I would consider this kind of premium stuff, just given how much it costs for how much you can use it. where I could do, I don't know, I could paste, I don't know how many PCs I can paste with this tube, but it's a lot. Yes, I did hear about Bitwit. We actually talked about Bitwit at the beginning of the stream. I linked the video and everything too. Yep. But yeah, that's super unfortunate. Props to Linus for not dropping anything on camera. Yeah, for sure. Robot perimeter dogs with splat ball offensive system? What? Robot perimeter dog splat ball offensive system. Let's see if meet your drone dog security robot. What is this? Like a dog that shoots paintballs? CES 2025. Which dog are we talking about here?
Dog from Deep Robotics, demonstrating its jumping capabilities. Engineered for agility and precision, it showcases cutting-edge advancements in robotics mobility and functionality.
I mean, we've seen these dogs, I think they've used, or these style of dogs, what is it, Boston Dynamics? Where it can go over all the different terrain and stuff. Hey, they didn't show it shooting anything. I see the magazine up here, and I see a hole for it to shoot stuff, but they didn't show it shooting. Huh. Is there any UPS you recommend for a 1000 watt PSU PC rig? I'm not... I don't even know what UPS I use. I have to look it up again. Let's see, UPS... APC... If I can, I think it's this one, but how many watts is it good for? 900 watts. Yeah, so you would just need like an even bigger version of, this is the exact one that I use. But this is only good for 900 watts. Are you sure your system pulls 1000 watts? 7800 XT, that should not be pulling. Oh, for a 1000 watt PSU. Then yeah, this one would be good. Sorry, I read it wrong. For some reason, I read you needed 1000 watts. But yeah, your rig pulls way less than that. I bought this because it was priced well at the time. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but CyberPower and this and APC are probably like the two most well-known brands. I'm not like a network engineer or like super, you know, UPS, like electrical engineers schematics and stuff. I just bought what had decent reviews. And didn't seem to be problematic and was priced well. But yeah, this is the one that I use in my videos to test, you know, everything on. And this is what I use when we do LAN parties, and two of my other friends who are lucky and chosen to connect to it, whenever the power, we, you know, flip a breaker, they stay alive because we're connected to this. But yeah, not my area of expertise. Lots of businesses use APC at least around where I live. Yeah, I mean, through my research, they seem like, you know, that CyberPower was fine too. I would have bought CyberPower if it was for the same specs, like cheaper. But those are the two that came up in all my searches the most in terms of reliability. Okay, so we got Robot Dog. Is that the only thing that people were excited to see? I was kind of excited for this. You guys saw this? The Frame 4000D from Corsair. So, the 4000D, I like that case a lot. It's just very solidly built case. Good airflow, reasonably priced. Like, it just feels like... I know it's just a standard box, like a boring design of a case, but it does that well. So this is kind of like the upgrade to it. It's modular. So they call it the Frame 4000D, and now you can modify it with different, for like different panels and things. 3D. Wait. Let's go. 3D airflow pattern increases airflow up to 12.7%. I'm sure Steve from Gamers Nexus is gonna have a field day with this once he gets ones in to test it. The airflow pattern, just based on the grill, of the panel. Regardless, though, even if these claims are fake, I think the case is still going to be fine. Because, ooh, look at these 200mm fans. Dang, those are big. Yeah, so you can configure it a bunch of different ways, make it a little bit more unique, make it more you. I thought that was pretty cool because I'm not sure if you guys remembered, but so my question is, how successful is this gonna be? Because the only case that I can like really remember doing this was how many years ago is it by this point? Around 2017, 2018-ish. So yeah, we're talking about like 7-ish, 8 years ago, right? Cooler Master had this thing called like the Master Box 5, the Master Box Pro, if you guys remember this case. It was kind of the same concept where they made it a modular design. See, it is a mid-modular tower, if I can find it. But like, it was very similar. Like, you were able to put in different hard drive cages and different top coverings and things like that. But this series never really took off. And if you invested in it, like the parts for it were not super available from anywhere. So I feel like this idea kind of flopped in the past. I don't know if any other case manufacturer, like major ones, not, I'm sure maybe like niche ones have done it, but we're talking about like major brands like Corsair, Cooler Master, NZXT, Thermaltake, Antec, etc., whatever. Them doing modular systems like this, one, you have to support it with the modular accessories, and two, the accessories have to be affordable, right? Because you're already buying the base case for, I don't know, 80 to 100 bucks. Usually accessories for cases, the prices of them do not make sense for what they are. Like a front panel like this might cost like 20 bucks. 20 bucks, you tell me something that costs a fifth of a case and it's just like a front grill. So, and part of it is because shipping like single items like this is not the most economical way of doing it. So I like the idea. I feel like Corsair could do this successfully just because people love Corsair, you know, products, whatever it is. Corsair, I think they're kind of killing it in terms of, you know, how successful they've been in recent years. So this could work, but the only reason this is unique is the modular aspect of it. They have to have inventory and reasonable prices for these little add-ons and accessories that you're, you know, adding into the case. It does not make sense to, because this case is reasonably priced. Like if we go to shop now, it's $99. That is the same price. They did not even increase the price over the base normal 4000D, right? So for the accessories though, I'm not sure if they have any listed. Let me see. Includes fans. Oh, I do like this part of the case too. Every case manufacturer needs to start incorporating sag brackets in an inconspicuous way, so that like once the graphics card is sitting on top of this, you don't see it. Because unless you're looking underneath, which most people are looking at their computer straight on or from the top down or like diagonally down. So yeah, just this I like a lot. No visible cables, fully compatible if you have reverse connector motherboards, sure, but tons of cooling flexibility, as you saw. 200mm fans in the front support, which is kind of crazy. So we'll just have to see if this actually sticks around or if it's gonna flop just like the Cooler Master one did. Spaz Network says, not gonna lie, I obviously love the computer stuff at CES, but the computer stuff is just gonna be like, unless it's like cases and stuff, when it comes to like graphics cards and CPUs, it's just like, oh, okay, performance upgrades. It's not gonna change your life day to day, right? Getting more FPS is not a life-changing thing. I guess if you somehow use the AI in some life-altering way, maybe. But yeah, I mean, robot lawnmowers, that's pretty. As a homeowner, that would be nice, though my lawn is just too small to be worth it. Let's see, CES. This is like when you become a responsible adult.
I'm currently in Las Vegas for
and
Look at this.
you start caring about stuff like this more.
You could just sit back, relax, watch your football, whatever you want to do, play some games, and never have to worry about going outside.
Where's the
grass
boulders? See,
That's really cool. Cool.
do these lawnmowers just mulch the grass and you just leave the trimmings everywhere? Or they don't bag it, right? I guess they do have a bag version back
This
here.
guy looks like a race car.
Huh.
B580. Look at that.
AI
Just stay
powered
in the lane,
lawnmower.
you know
This thing
exactly
looks
where
so
they're going.
slow.
See if this guy can make it up the ramp.
Are we that
Fine.
lazy now? He said play games while it mows the lawn. Yeah. Oh wait, whoops, sorry, I'm on the wrong browser. Here, let me show this again. I don't know why I accidentally clicked on my
It's actually
face.
really
That was an
cool.
accident.
This guy looks like a race car.
This looks so slow,
Look at
but
it.
if
They
you're
stay
not
in the
doing
lane,
it
they know
yourself,
exactly where
then
they're
I
going.
guess it doesn't matter
See
how
if this
slow
guy
it
can make it
is,
up the
right?
ramp behind the issues.
Yeah, you could push like
You bear
3 to 4 times faster than this easily. It can go up hills. Yeah, why not put some... See, you see how they have the
Ramp,
flat
little
rocks
slow,
over
it's got a
here?
little bit of problem,
Why not
but
put
it's
some
got
rocks
there,
that
and realistically,
are
who has
actually,
a yard
like,
that has
you
that
know,
much of a
3D
steep slope?
and not just flat
If
chips?
they do, I definitely don't
And
want to go there.
see how it...
Interesting.
how close they could cut
Very
around it.
interesting.
Would be neat if the robots burn the grass and start some more fires. No. No. We don't need any of that. Yeah. Yeah. How much is it? How much would this thing go for? I don't know. Something like... And then... How well does it
Oh,
do
sorry,
with
company.
overgrown grass? I guess with this you would never have overgrown grass. How would it do with wet grass? The reason why, so sometimes my grass gets overgrown because I hate mowing the lawn in the wet season or in the winter where it's wet. So then it gets overgrown because it's getting a ton of water, and then it's also clogs up my lawnmower when I mow. So then I usually just wait until, you know, we get some nice weather during the springtime, but then at that point it's like super long. So yeah, for this to not hit those same problems, you would have to cut it before it gets too long, but then you might have to cut through wet seasons. So yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, they're just showing it on like fake turf. So yeah, watch videos. They're out there. I'm buying one in spring for sure. How much do these go for, Spaz Network? Robert Fixes says, I already feel like a dork having an electric lawnmower, but my yard is very small. Mine is small enough where I couldn't justify buying one of these probably, but it's big enough where it's a pain to mow the lawn. Yeah, when I mow the lawn and I have to, and I bag it, I don't just leave the clippings everywhere. I'm not an expert by any means. I just mow the lawn so that the HOA doesn't get on my ass. To do my entire lawn, how many gallon bags is this? All I know is I have to empty my lawnmower's bag, like front and backyard, maybe 7 or 8 times, I'm thinking. So that would be a lot of trimmings just to leave everywhere. Bought in HOA, worst idea. Yeah, it was really tough to find anything that wasn't in HOA that was what we wanted though. The HOA is not super crazy bad. We have neighbors who actually let their lawn grow out, and they just get like warning notices and anything, but they just leave it and there's like no penalty. I'm just not trying to be that neighbor, but it's not like I'll actually get in like super trouble. If you're a homeowner, I guess you should take some pride in taking care of your curb appeal, right? So yeah, $800 to $1,000. I can buy a 5080 instead. No, but a robot vac would probably last longer than that. No, how much a month is our HOA? I think like 20 something bucks. No. So I agree with you. HOAs that are in like $100+ range makes no sense to me. But if HOA is like in the like 10, 20, 30, under $50, I would say probably I'd be okay with. Just because eventually you're gonna own your house, or your condo, or your townhouse, or apartment, whatever. What is the point of that if you're still paying like $300-400 a month HOA, which is to me is like rent? Like I understand HOAs have like this horrible reputation for like, you know, making you do things you don't want to do. But to me, that's not the worst part of it. The worst part is paying hundreds of dollars after owning your property to the HOA. I look at it from the money standpoint, not the pesky HOA association asking you to mow your lawn. $20 isn't too bad, so long as it provides something. They keep the park area for the kids clean, and they keep just any of the common areas like mowed and taken care of, and things like that. When there's graffiti at the entrance of our neighborhood, you know, they take care of that. But when it's run by Evo Karens, yeah, that's another thing. I actually like my HOA. They're pretty like chill about everything, and like I said, our neighbor across the yard, I swear they did not mow their lawn the entire spring season, and they kind of got away with it. So they're pretty lax on the rules here. Yeah, I saw those nightmare HOA. I'm not sure if it was the John Oliver one, but I've seen the news coverage on it. HOAs can get bad for sure. My girlfriend pays $400 a month in Colorado Springs, and that's not even on top of the mortgage or rent. That's like, and that is on top of it. Sorry, I said that wrong. So yeah, $400 a month on top of like the whatever the cost is to live there. Ugh. The lawnmower hardly makes any noise. Okay. Yeah, I'm not at that point in my life where
AI, it's cutting
where I can or need one of these. So to be honest, lawn work is annoying, but it's also sometimes just peaceful, right? You just put on earbuds, listen to a podcast or music, or like you put on a YouTube video where you don't need to watch. You can just listen and just like mow for like 30 minutes to an hour. It makes me feel like an accomplished adult. Let's just say that. Like, it's a pain, but then you feel accomplished, especially when you wake up early on a Sunday and do it and finish everything before noon. It's a good feeling. It also depends on what you have, like pools and stuff like that, right? Pools, trails, sports courts, $160 a month. And if you're using it, having all that stuff and you're not using it, then the HOA fees kind of becomes a waste. But yeah, for sure. HOAs can be positive. It's just, it seems like the majority of people hate them and have negative experiences. But there are good ones out there. You touch grass for an hour. Mike Brazone is at $350 a month for HOA with nothing they do maintain the buildings, but no gate, no amenities in the Bay Area. Well, that explains that. Yeah. Let's see. My friend got a $100 HOA ticket for working on his car in his garage with the garage door halfway open. Okay, that makes zero sense at all. Yeah, we don't deal with that here. For working on his car in his garage. How do you even get? What is the rule that is broken in this situation? Manual. I've actually never used a manual push mower. I use a Works mower, because if you guys, I haven't talked about Works for a while, but Works the brand. So when it comes to my tools, I got gifted one year Works tools, right? Like I think it was an impact driver and drill. So then because I was like, I don't want to have multi, ecosystems in my garage when it comes to tools. Like I want to use the same batteries that I have with everything. So then I just started buying everything Works. So my lawnmower is a Works lawnmower, and it is probably the cheapest one on here. Like I think it's this one. Wow, this is 330 bucks. Did I get the drill impact driver or mower first? I'm pretty sure I got the drill impact driver first. I feel like I didn't pay 330 bucks for this thing though. But yeah, it uses the same batteries, right? So now I've got like, by this point, like 8 or 9 because all my tools are Works. But I've never used a manual push mower. That doesn't sound fun because I rake up my trimmings so that when the wind blows, it doesn't get all into my neighbor's house and into the street and things like that. So having to rake and bag loose clippings does not sound fun versus just using like a bag mower, right, that gathers it. The rule is no car servicing? What's the point of owning a house with a garage that can fit your car and not be able to service your car inside the garage? That's just bull. Like, what? Do you even own your house and your property at that point? I can maybe understand the car servicing thing, even though it's still a crappy rule in your driveway, because if you spill oil or any other chemicals or fluids, that either stains your driveway, stains the neighborhood roads or sidewalks, gets into the sewer, etc. But if you're doing in your garage, yeah, that sounds like BS. They control your whole house. They technically do, but I love my house. Like, I'm so glad we bought it despite it being in an HOA. The rules are laxed enough, and the neighborhood's been around for, the people who are in charge of the HOA now have been in charge since the neighborhood was formed, like 20 something years ago. So yeah, they've been pretty chill. Yeah, see, the thing is, I had the opportunity to get on the HOA board. Should I though? Do I want to be that person that has to knock on people's doors and stuff? Potentially. The people who are running our HOA, they are, since they've been doing it for like, 20-ish years, they are looking to step down. They're not like old as in like 80, 90 years old, but they're like in their 60s. So they're looking to step down because they've been doing it for so long. So they've been looking for volunteers. And me being a younger person, I could probably step up and do it for the next 20, 30 years. But I don't know if I want to put that on myself. Dude, yeah. HOA will have drones soon, lol. If they, I know, I feel like, unless you're like in a rich neighborhood, that's an expense they probably don't want to pay for. Just wait till they ban building PCs in your house. Oh no. Am I gonna be a Ken? I think the HOA president, her husband is named Ken, but he's not a part of the HOA committee. Yes, join the HOA, make the HOA buy a Mobot. You'd be the cool guy on the HOA board. I did sign up for something in our HOA. They wanted someone that was not a part of the HOA, like, the president, secretary, treasurer, and stuff like that. They wanted neighbors to form what is called the approval committee, which is like 3 people so that you can vote, and you need majority vote for if someone wants to make a change to their house, like painting it a certain color, I don't know, doing something that affects their exterior or maybe even the interior of their house. I didn't get the full details on that. I just volunteered. It hasn't gone into place yet. But this committee, so it'd be me and 2 other people come together and we decide, are we okay with the change? So pretty simple, yes or no. And I would be like super laxed about it, right? If people unless they want to paint their house hot pink. That would look weird, but even if I voted yes, I would probably lose to the majority. So yeah, but we'll see how that works out. They're pretty slow about getting this all together, so we'll see. Why live in an HOA community if you can't have freedom, lol? Just because the housing market sucks and that's all you can find? I mean, obviously, ideally, everyone would find their dream house in a non-HOA neighborhood that is clean and well maintained and taken care of, right? But if you've ever tried shopping for a house in the last, I don't know, 7 to 8 years, you'll know that you have to make compromises here and there. So you could also rent the rest of your life and never own anything, so never build any equity, but there's that. So okay, let's see. 6:46. I kind of have a hard cutoff at 7. So we're just chilling and chatting for the rest of the stream now. If there's anything you guys want me to bring up, I can do that. I don't think there's any... Oh, stream submissions. No, that's general topic. So we don't have any stream submissions. But in the Discord, Tectonics got a OnePlus 13. I'm kind of jealous because I'm on the OnePlus 12 right now. But... And this is Samuel Stamper, who mentioned earlier, my $210 7900 X3D works good. I love it. My first build. So there's the 7900 X3D. I have 260 I could do today. I take 280. Okay. Let me see if I can borrow 20. Okay. How did you end up? I've been waiting to... Oh, wait. Yeah. Are you interested? Wait, no. How did the person lower their 7950 X3D from their agreed 280 down to 210? That seems like a pretty big drop. But either way, under 300 bucks for 7950 X3D, good price regardless. Gaming Enjoyer MK1 says, "Hey Danny, why are there no 9060 XT rumors?" Just because they're probably... If AMD themselves aren't focusing on that, because they always release those later, then any information on them or any samples that might be out, which I don't believe samples are out at this time, then yeah, there's no like credible source for leaks to originate from, I guess. It's too far out. That's my guess. I had a friend who lived in an HOA one day. He was mowing his lawn 1 hour before he needed to be quiet. The HOA told him to stop mowing because it's too loud, and then the next day he got fined. But he was mowing it 1 hour before you needed to be quiet. It hasn't been quiet hours yet. So yeah, that's where you just kind of like, you should be able to fight back on that pretty easily. And if not, put a note up on all your neighbor's house and say, this is what the HOA is doing. I'm trying to think, have I ever been that annoying neighbor who mowed too late into the day? I've mowed pretty late into the day before. But I think I was still within the HOA bylaws or whatever the heck they're called. I'm pretty sure I mowed in the summer too, especially, you know, in the summer in Washington. It stays sunny until like 9 p.m. So I'm pretty sure I mowed the lawn at like 7 p.m. at some point in time before. And I'm not a morning person enough to be the annoying morning neighbor mowing. Like, I'm not ever going to be mowing at 4 or 5 a.m. So that's not a worry at all. You use gas or electric motor? I use electric, battery operated, the Works one that I was showing. I use this thing. I've got... It usually goes through 2 sets of batteries per side, like front yard and then backyard. But it gets the job done. I don't want to have to deal with having gas in it and then using it before it goes bad, and then dealing with like fuel injectors or whatever the heck gas mowers you have to deal with them. It doesn't have that much power. No. Yeah, for sure. Gas, everything. When it comes to pressure washer, string trimmers, lawn mowers, leaf blowers. Yeah, gas has more power, but I don't live in a jungle, so I just live in, you know, standard house with standard lawn. I don't need the strongest thing. Yeah, so electricity definitely makes less noise as well, but less power, less noise. Microzone says, my HOA where I live take care of the property, but there are other issues. We just achieved 50% owner occupied. Nice. I mean, most neighborhoods, I would imagine, are owner occupied, like just residential single family homes. But we do have my neighbor across the street. They are renters. I've got my power washer is electric too. What is my power washer? Is it Greenworks? It might be a Greenworks. And not a Ryobi. Yep, it's a Greenworks. It is this thing right here. Yeah. Especially this nozzle right here. The little swirly swizzle nozzle. That thing just rips up whatever moss or stains and stuff. If anything, it sometimes is too powerful. But yeah, I try to go electric everything just because I don't want to have to deal with getting fuel for it. I'm lazy. And I don't need that much power. The power washer is nice for washing your car. You put on the foam lance or whatever, and then you just foam up your car real quick, scrub it, and then just put a wide angle so it's like, you know, it doesn't damage your paint. But yeah, having a pressure washer to use to wash your car, it's kind of like going to one of those pay stations, except at home in your driveway. Bro is turning into the next Elon Musk with electric appliances. It's true. Dude, batteries, even though batteries, unfortunately, you know, they die over time. But I don't know. It's just more convenient. But you're right. I'm going for an electric or an EV, right? We've talked about this in like the last 2 streams. We've been EV shopping. So yeah, trying to cut gas out of our lives. The only gas is going to be from our oven and our stovetop, and no fuel from the petrol station. Yeah, before he turned into Lex Luthor, for sure. And before he started lying. Yo, where's our Flet at with our drama news of the week? Did you guys see the Elon Musk lying about his Diablo and Path of Exile achievements? Why? I don't know why you would expose yourself like that. He did a stream playing on his character, and it was clear he had no idea what he was doing, and that someone boosted his account for him. Like, what must be going through your mind that you think that you could get away with that, especially with nerds like nitpicking everything? I know it doesn't matter, like, who cares? He lied about how good he is at video games, but to even lie about it in the first place, that takes a certain type of person, you know what I mean? You know that kid growing up in like elementary, middle, high school, maybe even college, the pathological liar who for no reason would just lie about stuff, even though nobody cared and it never mattered, they would still lie. That's the same energy. I don't see why he would need to lie about his gaming history of all things. He is the richest man alive. Right? Like, it makes no sense to me. I guess he just craves like being adored and loved and like being relatable to everybody, but it's just so weird. Yeah, but just watching that, that was not in my, I guess, bingo cards for 2025 to start it off. And again, it doesn't matter, right? He is much more influential or has much more power than his ability to play video games, but why lie about it? We're talking about Elon Musk here. If you guys haven't seen, Elon Musk lying about Path of Exile and Diablo, apparently. Gamers suspect Elon Musk is faking it. If you guys want to watch it, Quinn69 apparently has the video that's leading the charge on it. It's pretty. But
I'm playing video games. At one point, I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
You're actually like a world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
Paragon board and the build, you're also an innovator there.
Yeah, I played a lot of video games.
You think about like StarCraft, any game where a lot of people are playing. To rise to the top, you have to be exceptional, period, as a human being.
Yeah.
There has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah.
Are you in the top 20 in the world or top 20 wow, in Diablo?
Yeah.
Shooting rockets into space, making e-vehicles, starting a new department of the government. I actually let myself think maybe he actually is an alien, because there's just no way, unless he's paying people to do it for him, which obviously he's not.
Which he obviously did for Path of Exile. But yeah, it's just so weird. Yes, this is true. This was what, but no, I don't think this was his intention. That's going to be the fallback explanation, right? The fallback explanation is, oh, you know what? I got people to talk about me and write articles. No, I don't think he ever intended to get exposed at lying about being good at video games. It's just a convenient explanation for being, for being exposed. That's the next best thing you can do when someone calls you out on your lie, is to come up with another lie saying that was the true intention behind it. But again, it doesn't matter. Like, his video game skills, whether it's good or bad, literally makes zero difference in the world. People aren't like inspired and look up to him for his gaming prowess. So it's such a weird thing to lie about. Bro said top 20 competently. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. Yeah, as long as he's the richest person alive, he will always be the most, always be relevant. Yeah, yep, that is true. Neat job, play Diablo 4. The thing is, so I was thinking about that. Do you think it's one person no-lifing the account, or do you think it's multiple people? And also, if it was multiple people, if it's one person, there's no way you can leak it, right? But if it was multiple people, you might be able to have someone leak, like, hey, like, come out as the anonymous source that I am the booster for Elon Musk, and then they wouldn't be able to figure out which person it was, potentially. But yeah, if it's only one guy doing it, then there's no way they would ever be able to like do an interview anonymously as to the person behind it. I mean, I don't know. If you think about it, there are people on the top leaderboards of these games that probably do it solo and just no-life it. So if he's, I think, what was I saying? Someone was saying they were like trying to trade him an item or something, and it was in Chinese. So the people were thinking the person playing his account was based in China. But yeah, it's just it's just more of a funny story, if anything. It's not super serious. Just, yeah, right? You think the person's getting like a full year, 6-figure salary or more? I can just imagine how weird that would be. Just occasionally go into chat and say something racist, stupid, or weird so you don't draw attention. I wonder if the person running his account was chatting at all. But yeah, that I feel like that was some pretty worthy drama of the week. I'm going to invest in Tesla stocks from now on. I'm going to be rich like him. I don't even watch, let's see, Tesla stock. Let's look at their, let's see, 5-year. Okay, so, huh. Okay, what about 1 year? So 1 year is looking pretty good, but the 5-year, let's look at Max is obviously gonna, oh, sorry. You missed a genre, Shauner. We're talking about Elon Musk and lying about being a prodigy Path of Exile player. I'm not sure if you follow gaming news, but if you watch any of the streamers, you may have heard about it. But yeah, I mean, even back in 2019, so it's been good ever since. But in the 5-year, it has been up and down. But in the last year, for the most part, on the uptrend. I mean, not about a year ago, it was a little bit more than half the price than it is now. Yeah, I don't care about him either, but just because he's the richest man in the world and somewhat controversial, or very controversial, it is very hard to not see things about him. And don't trust that dude. I will admit, he makes pretty advanced, leading, I would say the most technologically advanced in terms of the tech cars. Not the cars itself when it comes to the car, but the tech in the car is better than anything that I have seen. Yeah, he didn't miss much, for sure. Or he doesn't make them. The engineers and stuff that he hires. A lot of people are questioning how smart Elon Musk really is, because a lot of them are saying when he's talking in a room with actual smart people, he comes off as an idiot. I mean, he might be the CEO of the company, but he's not the people actually doing the engineering work and all that stuff. So, but you can say that about almost any company. The CEO can only really, they're not in the weeds of things. They just make the decisions that either make the company successful or not. But they're not the ones who, you know, they're definitely not the smartest people at the company. Patrick McGovern says, I'm freaking stupid, at least I own it. Same here. Yes, his parents was rich. What, the diamond mine? Emerald mine? I think Emerald mine in South Africa is the story. But, why do I know all these things? What, big question, is buying the 5070 worth it? The price point is tickling me. I think I already said it last week. I think the 5070 at $550 is gonna be pretty easy decision, good value. I don't see it, if it can stick at that price point and be in stock, I don't see it being, like the reviewers, like what can they really say about it to make it like, you know, a bad card? At worst, it'll be like expected or average uplift gen to gen, but I'm thinking it's going to lean a little bit towards the positive side. I don't think it'll be like, I don't think it's going to be as good as the B580 reviews when those first came out, but I think it'll trend a little bit positive. What brand of PCs do you recommend for non-gaming users? You mean non-gaming users? I haven't even really thought about that. Like, I don't know if I would even recommend the OEMs like Dell, Lenovo, HP, towers for people who are going to use them to not game. Brand new anyways. For people who don't game, and I mean, there's such a large, like, if you don't game, are you still doing like, you know, programming, I don't know, AI stuff, you know, editing photos or video, or are you just talking about like a browser machine, email browsing machine? Yeah, there's such a wide range of what you could do not gaming that it would be hard to say. So But if you're just browsing and video editing, or not video, just browsing and watching like YouTube and stuff, I would buy like a used OEM tower, because those can be found for really cheap. But it just depends. Yeah. Spaz Network says, no question. Do you think going from a 5800? Why are you going is the question. Good investment right now. The longer you wait, the cheaper it's gonna get. Not the CPU, but at least motherboards, and more might hit the used market. I think going AM4 to AM5 is a perfectly fine decision. Good investment. Do you need something more powerful than 5800X right now? Like, are you pretty severely CPU bottlenecked? If not, the longer you wait, the more prices drop on motherboards, the more used motherboards hit the used market, so you can get that at a discount. And then you can worry about getting your potential 9700X 3D or 9800X 3D when those drop in price or become more available and hit the used market, stuff like that. So yeah, I usually don't look at PC hardware in terms of investments. If you need it right now, get it. But yeah, see, going to a 9700X to only know you want to go to 9700X 3D, I don't see that as an investment, because unless you can get a 9700X for a low enough price that by the time you do upgrade and you sell it, you don't lose money. So that's assuming you don't buy brand new. So yeah, it just depends. Yeah, I agree, Shauner. The 5800X is still pretty dope in my opinion as well. I still have one that I need to use in a build. I bought it for 120 bucks from someone from the Discord server, and I still have not used it yet. It's probably dropping in value every single day. $3060 Ti around 180, a good budget card. Yeah, I think they still go for like 200 right now. So 180 for that performance, right? What I think a lot of the times people think that the card, because there's like a new announcement and stuff like that, they think cards are gonna lower in value more than they actually do. Like the 3060 and 3060 Ti have been sitting in like the low $200-ish range for the longest time, and they're not decreasing in value or depreciating that much, again, because there's nothing to replace them sub $200. So I think 3060 Ti for 180 is a solid buy. Yeah, Shauner agrees. Yeah, 200. I bought mine from that miner, that Asian guy, for 200, and that was a really good price. But I think that was a good price. They were going for normally 225 at that time. So, and I think they're still around that price. So, yeah. N2 Tech says, Danny, do you have any computer fairs in your area? We have a couple in a year in Florida. A good place to buy in bulk? Computer fairs? I've never. What is yours called, N2 Tech? I need to look this up to see what it's about. Buy in bulk. Are we talking like a e-cycling, like get-together type thing where people can donate parts as well as buy used parts? Like, what are we talking about here? I've never heard of a computer fair where you can buy PC hardware in bulk. The closest thing would be e-cycling shops, like the one that I made a video on, but not fairs. Metro Computers in Tampa. Okay, let me look at this. Metro PCs Tampa. In the fairgrounds. PC and Metro Computers Fairgrounds. PC Fair. Tampa Tech Day. Is this it? Nope, that doesn't seem like it. Tampa, like, do you have like a flyer or a digital flyer? Sorry, I was on the wrong window. So I'm looking at Tampa Fairgrounds Metro Computers, and then like a fair. Which one is it though? Riverfest events. Tampa Bay Computers event in St. Petersburg. I don't think that's it. Yeah, we definitely do not. I don't think we have anything like this in our area. Would be interesting to go to. Right, that is. Oh, you're talking about a swap meet, but specifically for computers, or are you just talking about a swap meet, which has way more things than just computers? I think we do have swap meets up here, but not anything specifically related. It's wholesalers, new stuff and recondition. What? Yeah, can you get me a link to this? Can you like post it in the Discord? Because I've never, I can't even find it on Google right now. Anime convention, that's not it. Yeah, can you get the official name for it? That sounds awesome. Has anyone heard of these things? Metro Computers, yeah, PC Fair. I don't have a Discord. I'll post the link in X. Okay. Let me see. Am I even logged in to my... You mean Twitter, right? I will be waiting for your tag. I refuse to call Twitter X. This is the last poll before I leave for the night. Let's see how many Elon simps there are in the chat. Oh, we've got at least some Elon Sims. What's for dinner? I think chicken tikka masala with basmati rice. Dude, I've been off of so we usually eat jasmine rice. That's a lot of Asian people eat jasmine rice, at least like Eastern Asian. But we've been eating basmati rice because they're I think it's less sugar in them than jasmine rice. But now I eat it basmati rice with like everything. But I used to eat with jasmine rice with spam, eggs, and rice or whatever the heck. Now Japanese curry is just basmati rice. Can I ban everyone that said X? Do I? Oh, that's true. I should have put do I care as an opinion. It will always be Twitter in my mind. Yeah, I just refuse to, like... Again, Elon is very cringe in a lot of things. And renaming Twitter X for whatever reason, because his ego is so big and he wants it to be named after something that, as if like it's his now, because someone else made Twitter, Jack made Twitter, so he can't have it be named Jack or Twitter. It has to be something that he named, so he changed it, even though it's been around for so long, and everyone still calls it Twitter. So that's my way of rebelling. All right, did I get the N2 Tech? Did you link it yet? Or are you gonna link it later? I didn't see if you said you're gonna link it now or later. What's your favorite pizza? I'll send you one some night, lol. Favorite pizza? pepperoni, sausage, jalapeno. But because we're too cheap during the LAN parties and we get the 2 topping deal, just pepperoni and jalapeno. Sausage jalapeno is pretty good too. I love jalapenos. Yeah, jalapenos in like sandwiches, on pizza, in nachos. Jalapenos are just amazing. Jalapeno chips, Tim's Cascades. I am very much about the jalapeno life. Jalapeno in queso. Okay, later. Got it. Okay. We somehow ran 15 minutes over when I intended to stop. So, I do have the video that was supposed to come out this past weekend. Held it for sponsorship reasons. Should be coming out this week. I will give you a sneak peek of what is in the video. And Jason was supposed to be here to see this, but he was not. So, yeah. We're just going to have to... I'm not going to give you any context about this, but... the new video should be hopefully this Saturday if the sponsorship gets approved by then. But yeah, everybody, hope you have a great rest of your evening or day. Have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend coming up. And yeah, I will see you in the comments in the new video or in the Discord server or next week, same time as always on this stream. Take it easy, everyone. Bye bye.